We're live right now?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
We're live. Let's go. All right, this is cool. All right, I like this. If you're not watching this on YouTube, you don't know what we're talking about. But if you're watching on YouTube, we've got 3 different cameras in here. I feel like we're leveling up.
It's an upgrade for sure. It's kind of making me feel weird. I feel like I'm at a photo shooter.
Spots to look.
You know,
like,
the FBI is just staring me down right now. Right. So it looks like.
Anyways, welcome to another week of brews and breakthroughs, and here comes the cringy punchline.
I'm not gonna say it this week. I'm not gonna say it.
To.
All right, we're brewing and breakthroughing.
Let's go. Okay, so if you listened to last week's podcast, me and Kyle debated heavily between Trader Joe's and Aldi's and which one was better.
Aldi.
I'm a Trader Joe.
Aldi was better.
Kyle is all Aldi. However, there is something that Trader Joe's has that Aldi does not. And I didn't know they had it until I was literally just there yesterday. Trader Joe's has their own beer brew.
Oh my god.
And so, what is more fitting for this podcast than reviewing the Trader Joe beer?
I feel like you did this on purpose to try to get me to say, oh, Trader Joe's is better because they have their own beer.
No. I to be honest, I was telling God is my witness, and my fiance Savannah can tell you.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about this earlier. She asked me what I think the beer will be like, and I said, I, without a doubt, know that it's going to taste like absolute garbage. Like, how can a grocery store's brew taste good?
It's kind of like the great value of brews,
know,
right? So it's like Walmart.
So it's more of
Walmart having a beer.
It's more of a comedy thing than it's just funny than anything else. So, I mean, we're going to give it its fair shot. If you can see, well, if you're on YouTube, they've got 3 different beers here.
We're trying all 3?
Yeah. They've got the Trader Jose Light.
Jose Light, let me see this.
And then just the regular Trader Jose, and then the Trader Jose Dark.
Huh.
I can't believe they haven't been canceled for that. However,
jeez.
They've got 3 different brews, so we're going to try all 3.
So, okay, it's all a Mexican brew.
It is a Mexican lager. All 3 of them.
See, I was thinking they would have like one that was like Corona, another one like, Bud Light or Mick Ultra, another one like, I don't know, Samuel Adams. But no, it's all Trader Jose.
I don't really know where they're going with this, however.
God.
How do you want to start? Do you want to start on the dark side or the light side? I said I'm sorry.
Dang.
That came across
That's
wrong.
about to get canceled.
That came across
Jeez.
wrong.
Let's go.
We want to start on.
Oh, God. Let's go.
On TikTok, my bad.
I asked you if you were live, and you go, yeah, man.
I thought you were talking about
no.
The computer.
Gosh.
All right.
Let's go from a light to dark.
All right.
Whoa. Shut up. All right,
here we go.
Trader Jose Light.
We're going to start with the Trader Jose Light as the first one. This one, to me, I feel like is going to be the one that tastes more like a Corona or something. So, the light.
Oh, my God. It smells like a Corona.
It does. Cheers.
It smells like weed a little bit. It kind of does.
Oh, my gosh.
That's not. Oh, man. We're about to get drunk and high.
Trader Jose Light.
Oh my gosh.
Premium beer.
All right, let's try it.
It's actually not that bad.
I was going into this thinking it was going to be a Corona, but dude, it does not taste like a Corona at all.
It's actually pretty good.
Oh my god. That is pretty good. Damn.
Oh my lord.
This is dangerous.
Well, you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
This crap was cheap.
How much was it?
It was like $1.50 a bottle.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
$1.50?
This was cheap.
My dude. This is pretty. Oh my gosh.
Like I'm seriously impressed. I came into this
3.9 3.9% alcohol. Oh, you did?
Early. I said I believe this is going to be garbage.
Oh, I was talking about the alcohol content on here. Dude, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm not BSing you right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna have the same score on both scales.
Really? Because this is easy to drink.
Dude.
I'm already halfway through it.
This is gonna have, so on your party scale, which is the quantity, and then your chilling out, which is the quality.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a solid 8 on both. I could down these at a party and sit back and drink these while hanging out with someone and just chilling.
This is pretty solid.
Oh my god.
This is pretty solid. So Trader Joe's is the new beer pickup location.
Trader Jose.
Trader Jose.
I wonder if they have stuff that's like just Trader Joe instead of Jose.
Like not a Mexican lager?
Yeah.
I don't know. This was all I saw. In
Dude, this is pretty good.
So, all right.
This is better than Corona.
There's the light.
I'm putting mine
Let's do all this scoring at the end after we try them
all. Oh, I just said my score.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
What's this one? Trader Jose, the premium beer.
Yeah. So
we're moving up in the alcohol content. Yeah. Okay. This is a 5.
Yeah. So what we just had was the light, and now here's the regular Trader Jose. All right. A little bit higher alcohol percentage here. A little bit of a darker color. I actually like that one better. I think I like this one better.
There's a little more hops in this one, just a little bit. It kind of tastes like a Dos Equis a little bit.
Yeah. This to me tastes slightly more, which I mean, I guess it should, slightly more premium than the light.
Well, yeah, I mean, it says premium beer.
Well, that one did too.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So.
Yeah? That's not bad either.
It's got a little bit darker color, a little bit higher alcohol percentage.
That's really not bad.
I mean, I
like it.
Ooh, I'm impressed. Now I'm really excited about the dark because in my mind, the dark was gonna be my favorite. So now this is Trader Jose Dark now.
Oh yeah, you might need that.
Yeah, just that.
This one is 5.3%.
Okay, moves up a little bit more again.
Just a little bit.
Just a tad. All right.
Cheers, friend. It has like a coffee taste to it.
Yeah, it does.
It's like a Mexican Guinness.
I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, it definitely has a hint of like a black coffee aftertaste.
Yeah. Kind of slight there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, not a fan. I'm not feeling the dark.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and hit our ratings right here. Let's start with the light. I've already said mine. Mine's an 8 on both scales.
You said an 8 on the light. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 6.2.
6.2.
Where the light is gonna fall for me. That is a surprisingly really good beer. Like hot summer day, cutting the grass. I promise you, me and Kyle will be having more of these by the pool when it warms up.
Yeah, definitely.
That especially, I mean, hey guys, this crap was cheap. I mean, I bought 2 of each for us to have our own. And it wasn't more than, I think, $7 or $8.
Really?
You go buy a 6-pack of anything else, glass bottles.
Dude, this may be the steal of the year. Like, this may be all I drink this summer. Balling on a budget.
Balling on a budget, yep.
Hey, I mean, this is pretty good for cheap beer. Like,
no kidding.
Like, it doesn't taste like a cheap beer either.
No.
Yeah. So the premium one. Let me get another sip. Just
get another sip then.
I like this one better than the light, just because it doesn't give me that weed smelling vibe.
Yeah, I agree. I slightly like the regular Jose over the light.
Yeah.
It's got, for me, again, like you guys know, I like dark, heavy, flavorful beers. So it's got a little bit more color, a little bit more flavor, and a little bit more alcohol percentage.
Yeah.
And I like it slightly more. I'm going to put it at about a 6.6.
Okay. I like this one more than the light, but not by much. 8.5 on both scales. Okay. Because I can still down these things pretty fast.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, I'm almost done with my beer and I've taken 3 sips.
Yeah. Now moving on to the last one, the dark. This one was actually disappointing because
Is this one mine or yours?
That's yours.
Okay.
I thought the dark would be my favorite. Because again, I love dark, flavorful, heavy beers. This one being the dark, obviously packs the most color and punch and flavor. I don't like the way it tastes. I'm not a big coffee chocolate type fan in my beer, which is popular amongst dark flavored brews. And this came across, we both said it has a pretty strong coffee taste to it. I'm not a fan of that. I love coffee, but not in my beer.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to rate this about a 4.2.
Dude, you want to know something crazy?
Huh.
That's my rating. 4.2. Like, I was like, it's not exactly 4. It's not a 4.5. It's a 4.2. Dude, I cannot down those things. So on the downing scale, 100%, it's a 4.
Yeah.
And then, but like quality drinking, I'm not a coffee drinker. Only time I drink coffee. If you ever see me drinking coffee, just know I had a rough night. So I don't drink much coffee, which I don't like that aftertaste. Not a dark beer fan. So I'm giving it a solid 4 on that scale as well.
Gotcha.
So best one is definitely the premium beer. I like it. Y'all got to give this a try. Like, I know I knocked Trader Joe's last week, but they get extra points for having good beer.
This is why I did this.
I will admit that. The grocery side, no, it's Aldi all the way, but the beer, I mean, this is pretty good. Like,
it's not bad for cheap.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. It's
I would think it would cost more as well.
Yeah,
like
it's in glass.
This is something like if it was in a gas station, I'd probably buy it.
Yeah. And it's in a glass bottle.
Yeah.
Like most of the time if you're gonna go cheap, you gotta do the cans, right?
Yeah.
Like you gotta go with the old Natty Light or something, and this is not bad. Not bad
this
at
is really
all,
good.
brother. This is good.
I like it.
Thoroughly impressed. Good job, Trader Joe's. Just another reason I love you guys.
Good job, Trader Jose. You did great. You did great. But yeah, so let's talk about our life, man. Just what we do for a living.
Yeah.
We're both sales guys in two different worlds. You're more of what's it called, like outside sales, and I'm more of an inside sales guy. So
well, you're B2B. You're business to business sales.
Inside,
You're inside business sales.
Yeah.
I'm more outside business sales, so from business to person, such as I did cars. I now do life insurance. Might be going back to cars here soon. So,
man.
that's a whole nother story. But we are salesmen through and through, I guess. And so, man, we've got stories galore to tell. We've got tips and tricks. I mean, if anybody who listens to this podcast has any interest in the sales industry and wants to know how to get into it, how to succeed at it, I feel like you and me have been pretty successful thus far.
Yeah. Now, disclaimer, we're by no means the best in the business.
No.
There's always room to improve and learn. I'm learning new stuff every day.
We're not a guru.
No. We are not. We're just going to talk about some different tactics that we have used to either get an answer, whether the answer is yes or no. Mm-hmm. Any answer is better than no answer.
Yep.
And then just talk about, I guess, just funny things we've said or done to either get a sale done, or if you're selling yourself in job interviews as well, you're always selling yourself.
Yeah.
Just different tips and tricks and how to really just make some money or get that job you want.
If
so
there's anything I've learned through life and now being in sales for the last 2.5 years now, it's like I always ran from sales jobs and commission-based jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Simply due to the fact of just like insecurity, right? Like you've got to sell something to get a paycheck. If you don't sell anything, you don't make anything. Always kind of ran from that kind of job until I, finally got in it. You got to realize, like you just said, sales is literally what makes the world go round. You're always selling something, whether you realize it or not. Mm-hmm. You're selling yourself.
Yeah.
As a regular everyday employee on salary that you think has nothing to do with sales, you are selling yourself to your own employer so they keep you. You're selling yourself over someone else who can take your position. You're selling yourself for a new position, advancing over other people. You're always selling, whether you admit it or realize it or not. So I guess don't don't let that ever stop you from trying out a sales commission job. It certainly isn't for everybody. Not everybody sticks, and you'll probably find out rather pretty quick whether it's for you or not. But don't ever let that be a reasoning that you don't ever at least try it. Give it a shot. You might be thoroughly shocked and impressed with yourself.
Yeah, and I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I'm more of a salary guy and then get paid bonuses and commission based on my performance. More of a secure guy. I like to have a plan, and then anything outside of my plan is extra money to have fun with, you know?
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's what I do. My sales stuff is more B2B inside sales. I sell sponsorship packages for sporting events. So it's definitely a different type of clientele, a different type of script and tactic used, because essentially, you know, it's one thing, you know, if you're selling insurance or cars, people need that stuff, but you know, sporting events, you know, a person doesn't need that, but the business may need it for marketing aspects. But again, like my stuff is all it's fun, you know. I sell exciting experiences, so it's a different type of tactic. And you know, my thing, yes, it's serious, but a lot of my stuff I say in my sales calls is fun stuff. Like I don't do the traditional approach. For example, so I had a prospect just ghost me for months. And I was like,
It was one of those emails.
yeah. And so I'm like, man, I can't get this person to reply. I did everything in the book, you know, sending them a proposed package, and I was like, you know what? And I spoke with one of my coworkers, and he goes, dude, did they say something playful or anything in your emails whenever you talk with them? And I was like, yeah, she was talking about bringing a group out, and she said, oh, it's like herding a bunch of monkeys. And he goes, dude, use that, just be playful, send a message, and I guarantee she'll reply. So I said, okay. So I completely made this up. I said, hey, I'm not going to say her name. Hey, person. I was scrolling through my TikTok, and I saw that a bunch of monkeys escaped the St. Louis Zoo. And that reminded me to reach out and see if you corralled your monkeys to come to our event here in April. So, how many monkeys are you bringing? I kid you not.
Immediate response.
Dude, she replied within 5 minutes. And she said, haha, this was hilarious. I'm still working on it, but this is the best email I've ever received.
Number one thing is, like you said, in sales, if you just cut the BS, call people out on their BS, be straightforward, have fun with it, but also be emotional with it. You're going to be so successful. Like I sell life insurance right now. Like you said, you sell the sports event, and like you're selling exciting stuff. I'm selling more, honestly, the complete opposite, morbid stuff. Like thinking about people like passing away. Like, what are you gonna do when you're no longer here? How is your family gonna be provided for? But selling is always off of emotion, right? You're selling out of excitement. Like this is what you're gonna miss out on if you don't come be a part of this event. It's going to be so much fun. There's so much opportunity. You're going to be the only person that doesn't participate in this.
Yeah, come on.
And then, flip opposite. Mine's going to be, I'm just using a random name. Miss Susan, I know, your condition isn't looking good. Have you thought about how your ceremony, your funeral is going to be taken care of?
Dude,
I know you've got
you
a
just
16,
made me depressed.
I know you've got a 16-year-old little girl. Has she thought about college? Do you have funds put away for college? No, you don't? Okay, well, we can get you a college fund put away.
Yeah.
Let's look into that real fast. It's emotion. Emotion is the number one driving force behind finishing a sale out. And that's what's going to lead to you guys' success if you ever adventure into the sales world, no matter what it is, no matter what the sale is.
Yeah.
Anything. Absolutely anything, you need to drive the emotion and then call them out on their BS and be straightforward.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and another thing is calling their bluff. I mean, obviously, if you're in a sales role, you're gonna have leads come in, right? But it's like you propose them, you give them a price, you tell them, hey, this is what comes in X package, and then they say, oh, I don't know. Well, that's where you call their bluff. You reached out to me, you filled out this card, you sent us an email. I'm giving you this price. What has changed since that initial contact? Like, if clearly you're interested, what's changed your mind? How come? Like, why? Like, you need to keep asking questions of why. Like, ask them, well, why do you want to come out?
Yeah.
Why do you want to bring these people? Why this? Why that? And if you could keep more times you ask why, the more they say, oh, they answer it themselves, and it makes them more willing to pursue anything that you're selling them. So I feel like there's no magic formula to get someone to say yes to no. There's no one's gonna go in there and say, oh, this person's a no, but I flipped them to a yes. There's no magic formula to that. It's just about being yourself. Don't have to be serious all the time. At the end of the day, people are people, right?
Yep.
Like everyone has a funny side for the most part. Everyone is just a human, and not everything doesn't need to be cut and dry. Your emails don't need to be formal all the time. Your phone calls don't need to be formal all the time. I mean, it's about building. Really, like selling is building relationships.
Yeah.
That's really how it gets done. If you can basically connect with someone, have them trust you, and provide them with a great experience or customer service, then likely like they're gonna go with you or hear you out. And even if it doesn't work this year, it's about setting up for next year as well.
Absolutely.
Like for example, say a company that I work with, they say, oh, we wanted to, but it's not in our budget for this year, so we're gonna have to pass. Then you hit it back with, okay, I understand that. Let's now that you told me it's not in your budget for this year, let's talk for the following year. Let's talk 2024. How can we get in your budget? When's a good time to talk?
Yep.
When do you do your budget? When should we discuss this? When we discuss this, are you looking for the same package, or you want to do something different? It's asking a bunch of questions and just being honest.
And when you talk about calling people out on their bluff, like when I was in the car world, that was something they preached to us so much of, like, you're a salesman, you're not a cashier.
Yeah.
Call them, like, if they are willing to, they're obviously coming to the dealership. They're taking their Saturday, their day, whatever day it is, their time to come here, tour the vehicle, drive the vehicle, sit down with you at a desk, discuss numbers. They obviously have put in effort. They're not there to just kick rocks, right?
Right.
At least most people aren't. Call them out on their bluff. I'll never forget the first time, like, I remember, like, the flip kind of switching in my head because I showed the pencil to my boss, like, what the guy was saying he wanted, which was, like, a ridiculous number. Like, he wanted $200 off the monthly payment. I'm like, brother, even if you had a $900, like, you're not dropping $200 off. Like, that's we got to be realistic here. But I'm showing it to my boss, man, and he's like, look, does he look like he's in a rush to leave? And the guy's, like, sitting here just like this on his phone. I'm like, no. And he's like, okay. He drove here. How often did y'all talk? Like, before he came in? Like, well, gosh, I mean, I think we had, like, 3 phone calls before he even came in. All right, so he obviously has a pretty good intent to buy.
Yeah.
Walk over there, and you tell him, look, brother, this is the price. This is the deal. You sign this dotted line, or you got to walk.
Yeah.
Took it over to him, showed him. I said, look, brother, you need to sign this dotted line. Like, this is the price. This is what we got it down to. Or I'm going to have to let you walk. And I've got other customers to tend to. Guy looked at me without skipping a beat. Said, okay. Signed the dotted line.
Yeah.
No argument. Just calling them out on their bluff, man. Like, being as straightforward as you possibly can be. People appreciate straightforwardness.
Yeah, definitely.
If you are just straightforward, to the point, like, hey, I'm not going to waste your time. You don't waste my time. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
You would be so shocked how many people just shut up and sign.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, time is valuable, right? Like, I've always heard, a lot of people make the mistake. I did this when I first started, is I'd say the price, and then I would keep talking, to justify it. No, like, whenever you say a price for something, say it's $5,000, say, yes, your investment's going to be $5,000, shut up.
Just leave
Don't say a word.
Yep.
You sit there. That awkward silence. Let it happen. The next person to talk loses. You're either gonna get a yes or a no. If it's a no, okay, that's fine. Then you start setting up for next year. If it's a yes, perfect. Let's sign on the dotted line. Get this out of here. Pleasure doing business with you, and let's have a great year. Right?
And you don't respond to anything that's not a question.
Yeah.
If they say anything at all, no matter what it is, like, you're looking at it like, that's high. Don't say a word. Shut up. Like, I don't know if we can do that. Shut up. Don't say a word. You don't respond to anything.
Embrace the awkwardness.
Unless it's a question.
Yeah.
Unless it's a question.
Yeah.
only respond to something that's a question, and it will be so awkward because you'll sit there and like they're wanting you to say something,
Yeah.
but you're not going to. They're saying I can't do that. That's too high. Okay, but that's not a question. Shut up.
Yeah.
They will sit there and they will sell themselves on it. And oh my God, the best thing you can ever do is the takeaway. If you can pull off the takeaway, that will close so many more deals for you. I'll never forget literally closing. I've made one of the easiest sales of my life at cars because the guy told me what he wanted. Monthly payment, right? Because everybody, so many people come in, like they just need a car. They're like, I can afford this a month. Like, okay. And I would purposely walk them past the more expensive vehicles. Purposely. To the cheaper cars. And of course they'd stop and be like, oh, I want to look at this. I'm like, I'd just turn around and say, sir, I know it's a really pretty truck, but you told me you can only afford this, and so you can't afford this. And I would say that intentionally. You can't afford this. And boy, watch their pride. Watch their pride come up. Be like, oh, I can afford it. I can do that. How much more a month would it be? Well, sir, it'd be about $200 more a month. Oh, I can make it work. Let's take it for a drive. Just let people will sell.
Mr. Sleazy over
people
here.
Will sell themselves.
Mr.
Man.
Sleazy.
Well, I even do it with insurance. I mean, after they bought the product, they said, okay, I want to get. I've had a lot of people like choose the bottom package, right? The cheaper package. You're like, okay, well, let me ask some more questions, kid. I've got to make sure I can get you qualified. I mean, you might not even qualify for this, Miss Susan or whoever. We got to make sure we can get you qualified just to make sure we can get you the bottom of the bucket package.
Yeah.
And I swear, I've literally upgraded people through that process of like, I can get approved. Like they take it as an insult. And they're like, give me the gold package. Like, I can afford more. Like, okay, cool, let's go. Let's get you going.
Yeah.
People will sell themselves if you let them.
See, my world is so different just because, like, most of the companies I work with, they have money to blow. Like, that whole pride thing isn't going to help as far as, like, from a money side, but it's more of, you know, what their competitors are doing. I've kind of used that. It's like, one thing you need to know, man, like, you got to do your research. On if you're selling to companies, like do your research, see what they're doing in other industries, see what they're spending money on, see what their competitors are doing. Like, you know, if you have a tire company X, you know, you're talking with them and in there you're like, yeah, well, I saw tire company Y is doing this at this event. Why aren't you?
Yep. Competition.
Where's your money going?
Drive the competition.
Why? How? And then you say, well, clearly, you know, you can look up, you know, revenue by competitors. You say, you know, Company Y is making this much a year. You're here. Look where they're putting their money. Where's yours going? It's not coming here. Company Y spent with us, and the next year, you know, their revenue increased. How come yours hasn't? Because you haven't spent with us. It's just putting stuff in perspective. But yeah, I mean, you're always selling yourself. You're always you know, trying to just answer that question of why. I think if you can answer that question of why, you'll be very successful. And don't sell people stuff that they don't need. I mean, have morals. I mean,
I try to, especially in the sales world. There's a lot of scummy people out there.
There are, like, I mean,
justify the price. Don't come off price. Like, your instinct as a salesman should be to justify the price, increase, put more value into the product. When you start coming off price, you show to the customer that, well, your product isn't worth what you say it's worth.
Right. Yeah.
Build the value of the product. Why it's priced that way. Why that's not going to change. Why they have to have this.
Don't devalue it.
Exactly.
Your product is this for a reason. Here's why. Now, if they come and say, "Oh, can't afford that," take assets out. I mean, that's just how it is.
There you go. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
There's
hey,
your tips for selling on
tips and tricks
today.
selling. Trader Jose, you got to try it. We tried all three of them. Dang, we opened these, so I got to finish these tonight. Oh God, but yeah, it's not bad. Cheap beer. I highly recommend. I'm not even a Trader Joe guy, and I still recommend it. But thanks for hanging out with us tonight, guys, and happy Thirsty Thursday. Well, everyone on live, it's Tuesday, but this podcast will be released on Thursday. But yeah, thanks, guys, and we'll see y'all next week.
Peace. We're out.
Give it to me like